Hey, it's Mr. Smith, and in this video, I will be giving you a video tour of MyLab Math, which is where you'll be doing all your assignments. So let's go ahead and get started here. So you can access it here. You can click on Content, and you'll see it over here. Either way, you'll go to this page here. Oops, didn't go through. I don't know why that link's not working. We'll use the other one. There we go. So the first thing you're going to want to do is click on the browser check. And this is going to make sure you have everything, plugins, whatever else they call them, programs, so that you can do everything that you need to do in MyLab Math, watch videos, whatever else. So mine's okay. And navigating, it's going to take a little getting used to. I know I'm still struggling with it at times. I mean, it's not that bad, but I've seen better. Okay, so we'll come back into assignments. Let's go to the other links. So here's how you get into your textbook. It does take a minute to download. All right, and so basically this is your table of contents. Let's go ahead and we'll go to chapter 5 in section, we'll just go 5.2. And I'm going to go ahead and close this part so you can see pages. So you can go from page to page by using these arrows. And you can also change the page number and do it that way. The nice thing about the book, though, is it's got, like, some people like reading the book to learn the material, and you can look at examples and then click on videos. And so it's very interactive, and for some students, they like that approach. So that's one way you can learn the material, but that's how you get to your book. And basically, anything that's in a regular textbook, you have access to through this table of contents. All right, so let me see if I can figure out. I think I just need to click here, and we'll have to go back to MyLab Math. And the multimedia library, we'll look at that next. So these are basically all the resources tied to each chapter and section. So let's go back to chapter 5, and we'll just leave all of the ones for chapter 5. So select all. And so these are all your textbook sections. These are PowerPoint notes, and then these are all the videos that come with the book for this chapter. Now, what you're going to find when you're doing the homework is you have access to a lot of these things. And the other thing is I have built a lot of this into the course, and you'll see that as well. So let's go back. I'm going to try arrowing back here. Let's just click out of this, and we'll click on MyLab Math again. Normally, you're just going to click on assignments, so you won't have to worry about all this. Here's the grade book. The only thing I want to say is the only thing you're going to get in MyLab Math is just your grades for any specific assignments. I actually do the grades in eCampus, and so those are going to be a lot more accurate. So just kind of ignore the overall grades in MyLab Math. It kind of depends on the settings and when things are done, so they're just not, they're not going to give you a good idea of what your grade is. After each test, I'll update grades in eCampus, and that's what you're going to want to be looking at. Accessible resources. These are for students that have accessibility concerns. You can see what resources are available in here. And for some reason, it's not coming up very fast. We'll give it just a little more time. There we go. So accessible PowerPoint slides and so on. So there's not a whole lot there, but a few things. So again, I'll click out of this. You can't see that, but I'm just clicking out of this tab. And again, for some reason, I got to click on this MyLab tab each time. Now, integration support is where you'll go if you have some kind of an issue with MyLab Math and I'm not able to help you fix it and you have to get support. They'll need some information from in there. MyLab Math print upgrade. Now, if you want a paper copy of the textbook, I think it's about $60, and this is where you would go to request that. But that's purely optional. Most students don't do that, but that is an option. And then the last thing, I just want to mention this MyLab Math Mindset. So I would say a lot of students that struggle with math and have had bad experiences in the past, it's really their mindset and their approach to doing mathematics that's part of the problem. And so I just wanted to just point these out if that might be you and you think you might be able to benefit from looking at, or at least talking about some issues related to your mindset and how you can have a positive mindset, then you may want to go in here and check those out. I may require you guys to go in here. I haven't decided yet, but that is a possibility. All right, so I think we hit everything we needed to hit. So now we're ready to go into assignments. All right, so you can see there's a discussion of transitioning to college. If this is your first semester in college and you're looking for some tips, there's some good ones in there. Most students are pretty good about answering, putting in the answers to questions in MyLab Math, but especially with things like graphing, if you have any issues, you can go in here and it'll give you some tips on how to enter answers. And this is an intro to the calculator that I recommend for this course. If you have any problems using the calculator or if you just want a good overview, I would encourage you to watch that. But these are all optional assignments. So notice you have 1.1 videos. If you go in here, it's got, let's see, this is the book, or no, that's the PowerPoint. This is the book. And then these are the videos for section 1.1. So this is where you learn your material. Now, I haven't put my videos in here yet, but I do plan to put them in. Mine will always say 1T, and I normally put them at the very top. And it'll just be 1.1 and it'll have the name of the lesson. And so those are the ones that I would recommend that you start with. I just realized I don't have them in here, so I'll have to take care of that tonight. Let's see, I'll probably have to put them in a separate tab just because if students come in here, I can't change it. All right, so this is where you learn the material. I think I can arrow back here. And now you're ready to do your homework. So you'll notice this is inductive and deductive reasoning, section 1.1. It's got the due date right here. Notice you lose 25% if you do the homework after the due date. And I think that's just about it. I'm going to go into a different homework assignment to show you the other things that I want to show you. So let's go here. And you can navigate a number of ways. Let's go ahead and click on question 1. So you can actually click on the question you want to do. You can go back and forth using these arrows. But you can also click here and go to any problem. I'm going to go ahead and go to 27. And I'm going to go ahead and miss this problem. I'm going to put 25. and 10, and negative 10, all of which are wrong. Notice it says final check. It tells you what the correct answer and your answer. Now notice at this point we have a choice. We can get a similar question and actually redo the problem and get full credit. Or I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next question. And I want you to notice it marked that problem with a red X. And so I'm going to come back to that problem and I can click on similar question here. And basically what we do here is we multiply 4 2's and then we apply the negative. This is using what we call order of operations. And so we would get negative 16. And notice now I've got a green check. Notice that red X turned to green and we move on. So the point is, if you're willing to go back and correct any problems that you miss, you can get 100% on every homework. And I usually do have a few students that do get 100% in the whole course. Help me solve this. You can click on that and it'll help you solve this problem, and then it'll give you a different one. Maybe you like the numbers here because sometimes MyLab Math gives you some numbers that aren't so nice. And so you don't want to change this problem. You can view an example. And then here's where you can also get help. Now there's not much in this one. This is how you get to the textbook section for 5.2. You can click on Ask My Instructor, and it'll actually send me the problem, and then you can put your question here. These are really great, like if it's a word problem or it's really long, all you have to do is ask your question. It will send me the actual problem. And so this is one way that you can get questions answered. Depending on how many I get, I normally get back in a timely manner, but again, it depends on when I'm getting your question and what my schedule looks like and how many other people are asking questions. All right, and let's see. So sometimes there'll be videos in here or simulations which are just another kind of video. And so these are all the ways that you can get help as you're working in MyLab Math, which is kind of nice. If you're working at midnight and nobody's available to help you, you have the help that's in here. I do want to click right here and just show you there's some more information on accessibility. You can print out your homework. Now, in the past, I've had students that printed out their homework, they did the problems, and when they came back in, the problems were different. So just be careful with that. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything lately, so maybe that's not an issue. I don't know. So that's about all I have to show you. If you have any questions, anything that I didn't answer, just let me know.